Right, people, I have been lucky enough for my missus, and in between work, or in between shifting jobs, that I've got 4 days at my disposal to try and catch the final piece to my puzzle, the Lea Valley Big Common. I've caught all of them that I've wanted, well, all of the big ones, pretty much. I think there's one paw print, but I'm not worried about paw print. I've seen it on the bank many a times. It's not a fish that I'm particularly worried about having in my album, so that can go on the back burner for another time maybe. But yeah, I've got the Big Common. Over the years, he has eluded me. I may have potentially hooked him before and lost him. I think I did. So yeah, I've got 4 days to try and do this. If it happens, I'll be over the moon. It will be a very emotional moment, as recently, I mean, I've been sort of maybe done. As you probably know from the story that I did when I caught the chestnut common. Yeah, I was made redundant. Got another job, but it was an awful place to work. It was horrible. There was no health and safety. Anyway, we won't go into that too much, but yeah, hopefully you can see me. I don't do vlogs at all, but I thought this could be the time. It has been caught already twice this spring, which is going to make it very, very difficult. They've just finished spawning. It has been out 3 times in the spring before. So yeah, let's see if I can be the lucky number 3. Third time lucky, as they say. I'll keep you updated as I go through the 4 days. I've got an idea of roughly where it's going to be. And yeah, so I know where I need to be. So I know a swim that I've been sort of prepping. I say prepping, very loosely prepping. It's quite hard to prep at the minute, obviously. A lot of the vlogs have been out recently from Corda and Cypography about this common, so there is many anglers now on this ticket trying to do the same thing that I'm trying to do. Some have been quite lucky and caught it on their first session, which is, I mean, that is either pure luck or unbelievably good angling. I'll let you be the judge of that. But yeah, I'm sure they're really good anglers. I'm not trying to dishearten their angling capabilities. But yeah, let's see if I can match up to that. I believe I've done quite well. I mean, I've been on the ticket back. I had it a few years ago. I've come back and I've been on the ticket probably like 2 months now, and I think I've been going out at least every other week for a couple of nights. And I think I've had 1 blank, I believe. So yeah, let's see what 4 nights can do. It could either work in my favour or it could completely work against me. But yeah, I'll stop rambling on now. I'm going to get to the lake, and I'll talk to you soon. Au revoir. Right, Bivvy home is set up for 4 days. Rods are sitting there waiting to go with fresh rigs on. I walked in the swim where I'm pretty confident that they would be held up. Well, the part of the lake where they'd be held up. And for sure, as soon as I walked in, I mean, no one's on the complex. As soon as I walked in, I could see them on top. I think the spot that I'm fishing is probably about 2, maybe 3. 3's pushing it, maybe 2.5 foot. Yeah, I could see a couple cruising around, and then as I was going to walk back to the car to grab my gear, one rolled out right over the spot. So I know bite time here it is sort of as it gets dark. So yeah, you've got like a couple of hours window. Yeah, I suppose that's a good thing about sort of fishing a lake a few years back and then coming back to it for revenge of a common. Like, they're still such creatures of habit. Like, they're still doing the same things that they were 3 years ago. And yeah, like it feels really good to be in tune with a lake. Yeah, just knowing where they'll be at what time of year, and sort of what swim to tackle them at. So yeah, I've got coots diving down on my spot at the minute. I don't think I can swing the camera around, but can you see there's coots? That's the spot that I'm fishing. Obviously I'm not going to put this video up until I've had the common, but yeah, I'm here. What's the time now? It's about 12:30. Literally come here, put about 8 spawns out, should get them confidently feeding on the spot, and it's slicking up already, but the coots have dived off. They've shot off just now, and the spot's slicking up and fizzing up, so fingers crossed we might be able to nick. Well, I nick one. I don't really want one, I want the one. Yeah, like I say, I've had most of them, all of them, bar one, so see what happens. Looks like I found the mother load. They're all there. Oh, I've got something on my back. Look at them all. He's a big one. I think that's the fish that I caught last week. And there is the big common. And I am gonna catch you, mate. There he is. And I am fishing just out there. Obviously Rod's not in the water now. Fuck me, he looks big. He looks big. Only fish I want from here. Only one I need to catch. Well, both rods are out. What a nightmare. The coots are finally fucked off. I had to put a couple of spoms out, try and spook them off, and then come back, and I really need to get myself one of them laser pens, because believe me, the coots on it and the seagulls can be an absolute fucking shit show. But yeah, seen fish cruising about over my spot. So yeah, I'll just let it to rest all day with a bit of bait there, and hopefully, what the fuck was that? God knows. Yeah, bite times are usually sort of an hour before it gets dark to an hour after it gets dark. So you've got about a 2-hour window for bite time. Sorry, you might have heard me fart there. Been on them heatwave chili Doritos going down the treat they are. I'm just about to crack open a non-alky because I haven't been drinking for about 9 months now and feeling so much better for it. And these are a little edge. Corona is probably the best tasting one I've had so far. But yeah, you feel like you're sitting still having a good time while you're fishing, except you don't wake up without a fucking hangover or wake up at 9 o'clock and fucking forgot to redo the rod. So yeah, they're a little edge they are. So yeah, we'll see how the next 4 days, or if I catch the common early, see how the next few days plan out. Hopefully I know I don't want to sound selfish. Hopefully I don't get a few recaptures. Obviously I don't want to blank, but I don't want to catch recaptures, and with the stock that's in here, it's quite a high possibility if I do have one, it could be a recapture. So yeah, I will keep you updated, and might even try and film from about sort of film me rods. I ain't got a GoPro or anything, but I could do it on my phone. Oh fuck, Coots just dived down. Oh, two of them just dived down. Oh no, don't. I've got a bright pink hook bait on, which is something that I actually forgot to mention. So I'm sort of like I don't know what the word is, a boilie angler basically. I don't use too much particle. I've found that I always get pestered by smaller fish when I use particle, so I just use crumb chopped, sometimes a bit of sort of bloodworm pellet. I feel like the bright red bloodworm pellet can always be an edge, but yeah, so I just use a lot of sort of chopped crumb and whole sort of 18mm, 20mm and 16mm boilies, or 15mm, whatever you use. And yeah, that seems to have done me all my bites on here. So if it ain't broke, don't fix it. It seemed to do all my bites on all my other lakes actually. So yeah, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I suppose, yeah, I mean, in some sense it can be a bit more expensive doing it that way, but yeah, it's something I just don't want to sheep out on. Like, I've sheeped out on a cheap shitty bed chair, but it's like, when it comes to bait, I just wouldn't sheep out on it. I just feel like you spend all that money on your gear and all that stuff, why cheap out on your bait? So just jump around the corner. Oh fuck me, look at that. They're all fucking off now. I turn the camera around, but the seagulls are here. Yeah, we'll see what happens anyway. But yeah, that's what I was going on about. Yeah, usually I fish sort of 12mm, like religiously 12mm pastels, pop-ups over boilies. It's on hinges, Ronnies, German turbos is what I usually use, but that's if I'm using snowmans on them. But yeah, but I found out something, because there's a lot of crayfish in here. I was like, I need plastic baits, and I was on the way to the sex shop. I was like, I want something pink. The only things I could find, I couldn't find any of the ESP ones that I usually use, the plastic pinks or plastic whites that do about 12mm size. So all I could find was the pop-up barrels, 12mm. So I was like, fuck it, I'll give it a go. And then that was actually the first time using them when I went onto the other lakes, because I couldn't get on the swim on here. And within half hour, I ended up nicking probably the best looking 40 in the Lea Valley on it within half hour. I was like, well, that's something that, yeah, that's a bloody edge, isn't it? So something I don't usually use by hook baits, but if it works, I guess. So. All right, I'm going out. Could be an eventful evening, could not be. So I'm gonna crack my non-alky beer and sit here and chill the fuck out. Peace out, mo fo. So just keep you updated. I never usually put one rod out during the day, any rod actually, just because I didn't think it done day bites, but I've just proved myself wrong. I've got one of the super rare mirrors. Where is it? Super rare mirrors, 30-pounder, called Starburst. Turns out that wasn't Starburst, and that was an up-and-coming 30-pound stocky that Nick the bailiff kindly let me name at the end of the campaign and called it the stocky. The rig again. Come on, you common, you've got to go. I mean, that beast to me, that fish took me into there and round the back of it, and I nearly lost it. If I didn't have 18-pound line and sort of 25-pound boom, yeah, it basically, I had to just slacken it off. And yeah, lucky it freed itself. So I'm a bit lost for words. I couldn't believe that happened. But yeah, goes to show fishing one rod instead of two can sometimes pay dividends. Yeah, hopefully this one rattles off with the common in a minute. Fingers crossed, mate. I only just gone and fucking lost one. Oh, shit am I? Oh, swinger pulled up tight and played it for about 10 seconds, kited like the other one, and ping, hook pulled off. Oh no, I bet that was a fucking common as well. I bet it was. Well, it's about 6:30 in the morning. I've just got up. It's meant to be an absolute scorcher today. Hopefully, I'm going to leave both rods out today. Hopefully, might be able to nick a couple. Hopefully, be able to nick the common. Oh, I know I keep saying it, but oh, you don't know how much I want this fish. I managed to scrape a bit of gas together. My brother had a tiny bit of gas, and I've made a coffee. I will maybe reel in at some point today and go to the old infamous AD, or maybe Johnson Ross actually, and get myself some gas, a few bits and bobs. But yeah, I've redone my plastic hook baits, recorked them out, because the weed, although there's not much of it in a minute, there's a big algae bloom, and there's like low-lying weed on the spot. In fact, I look like Terminator with these glasses on. Oh, waft. Okay, now you think I'd sponsored by them, and yeah, waft, waft, waft. Yeah, and it absolutely reeks. So I managed to nick my brother's laser pen as well, because the coots don't seem to be diving down on me, and touch wood, that's a good sign, because yesterday they weren't, although I put bait out, and the first night they were, and I had one fish, which still isn't bad for this lake at all, getting any bites. Some people do a whole season and not catch, and I think every time I've been here, I've at least nicked 2 bites, which is really, really good. But yeah, coots or not, I've got my brother's laser pen as well, which seems to actually do all right. It's a bit difficult scaring them off during the day, but oh, it's so bright. Got the sun beaming in my face. But yeah, like I say, I'm going to leave 2 rods out today. Hopefully the common comes along. It is renowned for getting caught during the day. But yeah, there is fizzing coming up, patches of fizzing not far from my spot. And yesterday I went for a little walk round down to the bottom of the lake, Peg 9. There's some snags there that usually you can see them in, but there's a lot of the whole sort of stinging nettles is overgrown. It's very difficult to get to it, and the tree that you used to walk along, I'm sure many people that see this story will know about the tree in Peg 9 that everyone walks along. Is grown all its leaves, and it's bloody difficult to get in there. I managed to get in there, but the algae down that end of the lake is thick. Oh, there's a butterfly just landed in between my legs. Yeah, that's a good sign. Yeah, the algae was like thick. It was like a pint of Guinness but green. I don't know why that makes sense, but yeah, it was awful, and I can't imagine the fish being down there. And like up here, it seems to die down quite a lot actually. The algae's not that bad up here, which is strange seeing it's only sort of like 3-4 acre lake. But yeah, I couldn't imagine them being sat in that. It was, oh yeah, I mean, it was horrible. It was like weed thick. That's how bad it was. So fingers crossed. My brother is fishing in Peg 14 opposite now. He came down yesterday. I don't know if you can see him. Yeah, he's fishing. I think he's got a good chance over there as well, to be fair. And hopefully this is the last session of me struggling my arse off trying to catch this common. I don't know how it's eluded me yet. I have got in the back of my mind. Obviously, I had a hook pull on one yesterday. Like I say, it kited, and after about 10 seconds, yeah, I felt the hook pull. It's so difficult to tell what you've hooked into it. Obviously, it's going to be a carp, but yeah, I'm just praying to God that it wasn't that. I need to get that out of my head, because otherwise it will affect me angling, I think. So I'm just going to pretend that it didn't happen, and we'll see what happens. But yeah, I'll keep it updated, and fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. I'll put some sun cream on, because it is absolute roasting already, and it's only 6:30 in the morning. Yeah, it's going to be a fun day. All right, so I've lost 2 on the bounce now, and yeah, I couldn't. It was the Ronnie. I think there was too much movement in it. Yeah, I had the Ronnie spinner swivel on it with a big ring, and I've just sort of I've seen a few people use it, but yeah, sort of gone. I need to straighten the rig out, but yeah, it floats perfectly. So it's like a slip D. If it focuses, you see what I'm on about anyway. It's like slip D Ronnie, and it sits perfect in the bucket, a lot better than the other Ronnie. Just on heavy 45-pound coated braid, so I'm definitely going to switch over this for the next couple of nights. Yeah, a lot of people were saying that they were losing fish on Ronnies and then put hair or slip D on, and they said it stopped it. So I'm hoping my M2 fish weren't the common, but is what it is. Can't do nothing about it now. Not going to sit here and sulk, just going to fix it. Oh, I'm ticking. So I didn't really want, well, this one is a fish called baby tail. It is a chunk, and a proper bruiser. And it came out of the other lake because it was losing weight. And my rod just pulled up tight. I mean, it bow waved, like the whole water was like fucking bow waving into the snag. I saw scales on it, like old wrinkly. I thought I've got the common that I wanted, but it weren't. It's baby tail. I've not had this fish before. I've not really gone fishing for it because it would drop weight, but it looks like it's put on some timber. I reckon it's definitely a 30. Fucking hell, mate. Yeah, 2 30s in one session, my first session back from France. Oh, I just turned round. Baby shit. Go on, the boy. Can't believe it. I haven't got the common. I was playing this fish in. I know the big common don't fire. I'm putting it in. Got this fish in. All of a sudden, some common scales come up. I'm like, I fucking got it. And oh man, I've got fucking one of stocky commons that, yeah, it's pretty cool little commons. I'll probably like £20 or something like that. It's well nice. Just in the retainer now. But yeah, I can't believe that. I thought it was a common as well. I've lost 2. I've switched my rigs up, as you'll see in my previous post. Weirdly enough, the fucking hook came out in the net, but yeah, I mean, I was bullying it in it, so, but yeah. Hopefully, we still got rum rod out on the spot. Just redoing the other one now. Going to do some shots of that. I've just put like 4 spoms out just to keep it topped up because I've been getting absolute. Oh my god! Like these coots on my spot. There was about 6 of them diving down, and I've just redone that rod, and it's just rattled off. So yeah. All right. Let's try and get this big common. Come on. Last night, people. The weather's, the sun's come back out, which is really good for this swim. for the whole lake really. Weirdly, this lake is not like any others. Like usually you get big carpy weather when it's sort of overcast and sort of low pressure and stuff like that. Here it's not like impossible to get a bite when it's like that, but it's a lot more difficult. I found when the sun is out, even if you're in deep water or anything like that, you've got a better chance in catching if it wasn't. But and that's why I think I've done quite well in this session. One, because I told myself I was going to tell myself I was going to fish this as hard as I could this session, and yeah, it's paid off. Like I've had 5 takes now and landed 3. But now, yeah, it's been thunderstorming, raining. It is so hot and humid in my bin. I've got all the vents open. It's not even doing anything. Like the sweat is unbelievable. So yeah, the sun's out. It looks like we're cooking on gas again. And last night, my brother's in the other swim. He's just said it's absolutely roasting over there. Yeah, last night to try and pull this out of the bag. Not ever. Obviously, I will come back to try and get it, but I was saying to my brother earlier, it feels like when you do like sessions like this and you nick a few, and you've put in all that hard work, and you've gone through a few of them. Like I had a recapture of baby tail this session. I've had 2 that I've not had before that I'm not targeting. That they're not like one of them I've only seen on the bank once, so fair play. Like it was a good 30 pounder, and the bailiff. Head bailiff, no, this has never been seen before, and we thought it's one of these stockies that have come up through the ranks, and it came up on the bank like mid-30. I've never seen it before. My mate Tommy caught it mid-30. It might have even been upper 30, I don't know, something like that, like a few weeks back, and I've caught it spawned out at 30 pound in ounces or something like that. And yeah. So the babe said, it's not got a name. I was like, I called it a stocky. And he was like, yeah, why not? So yeah, it's another good one to go at. But yeah, like I say, I'm just here for this one fish now, and I got off track. Basically, yeah, what I was saying is, when you're on a session like this and you go through it all, you sort of catch a few, tick them all off the list. When you go and come back again, you feel like you've got to do it all over again. Well, that's what I feel like anyway. And it is quite stressful. Yeah, I've had a great session, but like it's horrible. The horrible side of it is I feel like I've got to go back and then start from the beginning again. But maybe that's just me. You never know. I could get lucky and come back and catch it first fish, and we'll see. Anyway, it's enough rambling. Rods are out. The lake is looking minto. Yeah, it's going to be a warm night. Well, look ugly then. Ugly anyway. Alright, I'll talk to you later. So yeah, last night I switched the target up. I thought it was my best chance of actually catching the close. So it's like 5:10. I didn't go to sleep till about 11 o'clock because I put the tiger nuts on and instantly got done by crays, like savage, because they're like Germans. I put them on Germans. They're sort of wafting. The crays just go straight for them, and yeah, at night it's stupid. Within half hour, well, and the plastic hook baits, I don't know if I mentioned, I put them on the Slipe D, and somehow they managed to cut my hook bead off, pull the Slipe D over the hook, and nick my plastic hook bait within an hour of being out. And the crays here were just ridiculous. They were bad when I fished it about 2-3 years ago, but now they're just stupid. So I left the rods out overnight. I mean, I've never had a night bite here. My brother's had a couple, but only stockies. But I've never had night bite, so yeah, I decided to leave the rods out. The common's renowned for getting sort of caught in the mornings and during the day, so yeah, I've just sharpened up a hook, put some camo coat on them, and just pinged them out now. And hopefully now it's a bit lighter. The crays have died down, but yeah, I'm going back to sleep. I am absolutely knackered. Last day, Probably stick it out to about 4 o'clock. And yeah, alright, I look like death. One just slapped out, proper fizzing up just after. See if he slaps out again. It's always that same carp that slaps out as well. You can tell it's about to slap out because you'll see big patches of like trail fizzing coming up, and yeah, sorry, someone just called me. You'll see big patches of like trail fizzing coming up, and then all of a sudden, bosh, mate, it leaps out the water. But it was a mirror. It's not the one I want, but at least I know there's fish in the area. Come on, jump out again for the gram, mate. Where's my glasses? At least I know there's fish down here. I went for a look earlier and I could not see him in the snags anywhere. Thought I was doing something wrong, but I've just seen it. It's like the trail of fizzing go round the bird's nest. Oh. Round the bird's nest and then like do a U-turn back and then bosh, mate, leaked out. And now someone's gone in 14, so I don't know how that's going to help me. Looks like it chases flies. It's that particular mirror because I've seen it done before. Looks like it chases flies or something and then bang, mate, like throws itself out the water like a torpedo. Not like up, like not just like bosh. It's more like bosh. I don't think he's going to jump out again. So, sorry I haven't been keeping you updated. Sorry, I'm fine. I don't know where my hat is. My hair's a mess, but it is what it is. Yeah, I actually lost one earlier. I see him sheeting up over towards the island. And they never... a lot of people say they rarely get caught near the island, so I see him sheeting up. It was like a single bed, it looked. It was, yeah, for the amount of fish in here, I can't believe it was sheeting up that much. So I pinged one over there, and within the hour, oh, it absolutely tore up. Like, my rod tips were in the water, and it lifted my rod in the fishing tight clutches, and it was spooling up, and had it on for 10 seconds or so. See it sort of splashing about on the top, ping, hook pull again. Yeah, like I said, I think it's 3 hook pulls I've had on Ronnie since I've been using them on here. I think I'm gonna have to go back to hinges, I think. But anyway, I've sort of sat here for a minute, debated whether to go home or not. It was stressing me out severely. But anyway, I'll put it back out. My phone, my company that I used to work with, was still paying for my contract, and it's just gone, so you won't see this video now, obviously. But yeah, I've just seen one bosh twice over near the island, not a million miles away from my rig. So hopefully, yeah, as I was saying, oh yeah, so I forgot to tell you, I was fishing double tiger nuts because I knew tiger nuts are what I think would be, from my last video, from what I thought might catch the common. I wasn't getting anything when I feel like I should have been. So what I did was I corked out one tiger, chopped the end off of these pink dumbbells, so it's like got a sort of like a circle bit on top, the end of the dumbbell, just a bit of pink fleck. I think it definitely adds an edge, and it proved it, because as soon as it went on within the hour, I had a take. And like I say, before this sort of campaign on here, I wouldn't dare to think of using bright pink, like any bright hook baits. It's just not something that I'd use. I'm not saying it doesn't work, obviously it works, but yeah, I was like solely sort of a 12mm pastel pink, pastel yellow, pastel colours anyway, over boily. But yeah, this is definitely opened my eyes this session. That pink has been absolutely deadly on this lake, and I'll definitely be using it on my upcoming ticket, which obviously I'm not going to do vlogs. I'm only doing this really purely just so I can have something really to look back on, to say the journey towards hopefully catching the common. I got a feeling I might have lost it earlier due to first time using tiger nuts, and it has come out before in between 12 and the island, and I'm fishing on the back of the island. Technically 12 swim, no one's here, hardly anyone's on the lake, so I'm not poaching anyone's swim. It's easily castable. It's only got 17 wraps, which is nothing really. So, but anyway, I'm gonna go to sleep now, since I can't really do much on my phone because it's I've now been cut off. Luckily, some guy come in swim, and I had to try ringing the missus, basically saying I'll be home in the morning, but she didn't answer, so I've had to drop her a text on someone else's phone saying, yeah, I will be home in the morning. It happened at about 5 o'clock. She finishes work at 5, so she wouldn't have heard from me until I got home yesterday, probably about 10. I've landed my dream job, which I'm really happy about. Found out that, got the offer through today. My dream job, well, I wouldn't say my dream job, but it's definitely up there. So it's working at Ocado through with their new site that does like AI robotics and stuff, and I'm going to be a maintenance shift engineer working there, which is after the past few months I've had. Is that a fish job? Is that a fish jumped over on the snacks as well? Can't have been. I mean, usually the fish hold up in packs here, or at least 2 separate packs, but I've never seen them much spread apart. So if that was a fish jump over, that is a long way away from its mate over on the island. Anyway, yeah, so I've got my job. Mortgage offer is been accepted, so we're just waiting for them now to find another place, and we're moving into a new flat as well. It's from what was going really downhill the past sort of like month, from sort of getting made redundant, losing a job, getting let go from a job purely. That wasn't my fault. They were asking me to do stuff that was sort of against the law, and I'm too long in the tooth. I've been an engineer for too long to. When I was a bit younger, I was definitely a yes man, but as I've got older and know my worth as such as engineering, yeah, I was like, no, and they sacked me for it. So that's another story for another day. But anyway, I'm gonna let you go. I'm going. Gonna get my head down. But yeah, it's been nice about for a phone for sort of like the past so hours. You actually sit here and take in a lot of surroundings, and you just feel a lot more relaxed really than just scrolling through Instagram or yeah. All right then, I'm off. Hopefully I have this comment to show you in the morning. That'd be fucking great. That you don't know how much this cart means to me. Like, yeah, I've got to get it. It's the last one I need, and I feel like I've collected all the Pokemon cards for this complex then. But yeah, anyway, I'm off. Peace. All right, people. Sorry I didn't update you. My battery died, and obviously I told you in my last video. When I was on the bank, my old company cut off my phone contract, which is fair enough. They shouldn't be paying my bills. But yes, anyway, I've started at this a couple of weeks ago. I've started my new job now. I'm very tired. It's been on days, so I'll try not to yawn in this video. But as you can see, we are going again. I've got a couple of days and then I go back onto the nights next week. I've got a couple of days off, and I've got to make the most of it. Yeah, I've been I haven't told you, the past few weeks, as I've been sort of off getting prepared for this new job, I've been pre-baiting peg 12. So that was the swim opposite where I was casting that rig where it was all sheeting up and they were jumping, and I lost a couple over sort of sending it over that way. But peg 12, I've got a better angle. It's right in front of me. I found a lovely sort of like shelf. It's pretty uniform, the bottom of Lea Pit. You can get like depth changes. It's mainly shallow in the deep in the margins, and then comes up into a bowl. But off the island, which a lot of people say don't catch it from, I know my friend has caught it off the island. But yeah, they've been sheeting up there, and when I mean bed sheet, like a hole like bigger than that table is sheeting up. But I found a shelf where it goes from 1 meter and shelves right at the bottom of the shelf to about 2 meters. So I'm like, oh, and when I was using the deeper, it saves me banging a marker flow out and spooking them, because they are quite spooky fish. And it was polished off, like at the bottom of the shelf. I'm like, bob on. So I found a nice silty drop, like thump, not like gravel, because I feel like there's enough gravel in that lake. And I don't know if it's common, but I've always done well when I'm sort of fishing off of a gravel spot. And this is bob on, bottom of a shelf, like silty thump drops just off the gravel at the bottom of the shelf. So I've been pre-baiting there. I have been down there sort of like pre-baiting sort of late afternoon, trying to avoid probably about 3 o'clock. So people are not sort of, they're still at work. But yeah, no one's been down there when they've seen me. And if they have, it's really overgrown. Like I've had to whomp it down with some storm poles that I've bent to shit. I should try and show you a photo of it. It's bent in half. But yeah, I've seen them sheeting. I'm at a better angle. I'm switching to hinges now because I lost too many on Ronnie's. And I think it was just me being lazy. Not so much lazy, but it was just quite easy to change a hook. But I've tied up plenty of hinges now. I'm going in with sort of corked out tigers and a pink fleck. And I've got a couple of days out. And the weather's looking a bit cloudy, which is not great. It does look like it might rain, but apparently it's meant to warm up and the sun's meant to come out. So I'm going to get into my carpy gear, because apparently the common don't like getting caught in blue champion clothes. If I do catch it this time, which I've got it, I feel it in my left testicle. I feel it. And there's something about it. I've caught, and I feel like I'm resetting every time like I said before in my previous video, I feel like I'm resetting after I've caught all the fish and not walking away with the common. It is hard, but I'm feeling it. I'm going to get in my carpy clothes now. I'm going to head on down to the lake. I think some roads are shut around here, so I'm going to have to go on the dreaded 2.5, the old Mickey 2.5, as my brother calls it. And yes, let's see. I'm feeling it. Pray for me. If I catch it, if I don't, I'm just a bellend that can't catch a common. Peace. Well, back again. It's been a few weeks now. Yeah, I don't know if you remember from my last video. Yeah, as obviously, I don't know what that white bit, I think I've cracked my screen protector or something. Let's see if I can get rid of it. No, I've definitely cracked something. Yeah, just stuck on the old M25, the old Mickey 2. If my camera decides to stay where the front, yeah, so just left home. It's absolutely pissing down. I don't know if you can see from the corner. But yeah, I weren't actually meant to be coming fishing till tomorrow. I was going to do the Sunday to the Tuesday. Just started a new job on shift, and next week I've only got 2 nights, a Tuesday and the Wednesday and Thursday night. As you could tell, it's been days all week training. Yeah, I'm absolutely knackered. But all I've been thinking about all week is this common. It's not prime conditions for Lea Pit. Most do. Pulled away. Yeah, most of the fish I've had have been where it's been bloody hot. To be fair, I'd probably say about 85 to 90% of my bites on Lea Pit have been when the sun's been out, it's been quite warm, and it is the opposite. I mean, it's still 15 degrees Celsius, whatever you want to call it. Overcast, raining. It's meant to be raining till like 3 in the morning. Sorry, it's all juddery. But yeah, the mist is going out tonight, so I couldn't just sit at home knowing that I come swimming in that lake and me just sitting there. I've just got all my new thinking anglers. I don't know if you just see the map behind me. Yeah, I've all TA'd up to the eyeballs. I really like it actually. I mean, I got some Nash stuff and kind of fell apart on me a little bit. So I went to ESP. ESP was great, but yeah, as I'm with Sticky, it made sense to jump on board the old TA train. I think it's their sister company or something like that. But yeah, it's really good stuff actually. I was worried because I remember when I was in tackle shops before and I looked at the hooks and from a distance they look quite thin wire, and I don't really like that. I like quite thick wired hooks and stuff, just so I know they're not going to straighten out like some hooks have or snapped. But as I've got them in my hands, they're really quite thick and they look sharp, and that's the thing with this. Like, I have got some sharpened hook. I bought some earlier because I couldn't. The shop I was in, I couldn't see any TA stuff. Usually I order their stuff online, but I needed some trolley hooks, so I'm going hinges because I've lost quite a few fish now on Ronnies, and I never used to use Ronnies. I was purely a German rig or a hinge, and I think I just got a bit lazy in my angling actually. So and yeah, I've been using Ronnies 3 fish I've lost now, and when you're losing fish on this kind of lake, especially 3 takes, you don't want to be doing that on this kind of lake. Like, there's not that many fish in there, and I have, like I say, I've been back on it probably about 2 months now. I've blanked once, and I've been getting regular bites, but I don't know why. I think it's because the weeds started coming up now as well, which doesn't help the situation. But I remember when I was on here last time, because I wanted to keep changing hooks because the crayfish are deadly in here, and that's what I was saying about I don't sharpen my hooks on here. I've never been a big like sort of hook sharpener person, I guess, purely because it's just a lot of effort, and I feel like in this day and age the hooks that come out of the packs are pretty sharp anyway. But here, like, I noticed I did start using, just where I couldn't be bothered to obviously keep changing hooks, waste of money, keep changing hooks. I started to sharpen them, and if I didn't get a take, I reeled in to redo them. Even on plastics now, I reel in every so often now, purely because they are crazier in here and they will nick your plastic hook base, all your tigers. And yeah, the hook point just comes back bird over or completely taken off. So now yeah, I just go straight out of the packet, and I've had a few like hooks straight out of the packet. What are you obviously I'm invisible to you, you're just gonna pull out on me, mate. Shouldn't be doing this while I'm driving. Anyway, I'm not touching anything, technically I'm not doing anything illegal. Yeah, so I've got some I forgot to order some TA trolleys, so I've got some now, and yeah, size 5, they look tits, mate, they look well good. So I'm going back to my roots, back to the multi-hinge. I thought, this is going to sound really like big-headed, but I've been using this multi-hinge a long time. Purely for the first time, I just didn't know how to tie them, like single strand of fluoro. So I used the multi, just like I would the multi-rig. And then yeah, and like I caught one of the mirrors out of it, and it was absolutely nailed. Like bottom lip, snaggy fishing, it was not coming off. So I'm going back to that now. But yeah, then I've noticed, like, sort of like probably a year or so after I started doing it, I'd see a few anglers. Oh, someone's had an accident. I'd seen a few anglers that have started doing it as well. I don't know, obviously they're not going to see what, oh, he's gone right up his arse. Oh, fun times. Anywho, yeah, so I've gone back there. I'm just going to, I've noticed that pink fleck is an absolute edge. I've never used it before until this campaign. But yeah, it's an absolute edge. So I went out and bought some, I think it's the quarter little pop-up sweet corn with like squid infused or something. And yeah, so I'm going sort of corked out tigers, just with a bit of pink sweet corn on, pink sweet corn, pink pop-up fake corn, whatever you want to call it. And that's what I'm going with this time around. I went with it sort of the last day, because I weren't getting no bites on pure tigers. I don't know why. Maybe I just didn't leave them out long enough, but I get really impatient. I'm a very impatient angler, and if something's not working or I'm not getting bites when I know I should be, although it is a hard lay, I just like chop and change. And as soon as I chopped, sort of put the fleck of pink on, bam, within the hour I had a take. And this time it was the first one. I probably mentioned it. This was the first take that I'd had on a tiger nut. So this is what I'm going to do now. I've got some proper pop-up fake corn, because I was just chopping bits of plastic dumbbell off, but I've run out of them now, and I want it to be carpy, obviously. No point half-hearted. The fish will know if it's not a bit of fake corn. It will know, I'm telling you. I don't know how. No, it won't get away with it. But anyway, yeah, pink fleck. We're doing it properly. We are not fucking about. I've got one fish left to catch, and I can't keep losing fish. It's not an option. So yeah, I fucking went angling direct earlier to get these things. I've been forgetting my bloody gas canister. Like, been forgetting. I've run out ages ago, and because I'm like really impatient, I want to get to the lakes. I go into the tackle shop, get all the hook and stuff, get everything to catch the carp, but then forget about me having food. And main thing I need as well, coffee in the morning. Otherwise I ain't functioning. And I just quit vaping and smoking because it was like really giving me chest pains. I didn't smoke, but vaping, I don't drink anymore, and I don't vape. Like, I've quit vaping like 2 days ago now, and I feel like I'm gonna knock someone's head off. No, I'm not gonna do that. But what do? Like, I just sit there now, just no vices. I mean, that's weird. I know people are like healthy. I think it was, I had COVID last, like I've had COVID like 4 times now. I don't know what's wrong with me. Blame my parents. Well, blame my mum for the bad gene pool. But yeah, and it seemed like I'd always been fine with COVID. I don't know what I'm rambling on, but yeah, I'm driving, so I wanna. And the last time I got COVID was I'd never had a cough or chest pains with it. This time it got me really bad. Like, I didn't feel that ill, but I had like really bad like chest pains, and it's still dragging on. And then yeah, like I kept thinking to myself, I'm quite a hypochondriac. I thought I was gonna have a heart attack. So yeah, 2 days ago I quit everything. Might get myself some non-alky beers. I quite like the Corona ones. Been drinking them for the past year, and well, I don't know if I quit the past 10 months or so. And yeah, I'm banging. But anyway, I'm nearly at Angling Direct. I'll give it, yeah, I've got to try and get there. It's rain's slow. It's meant to be raining till 2 in the morning, but the rain looks like you're getting big, heavy patches and slowing down. So, anywho, I'm going to jump off the phone now because I need to go into Angling Direct. And I love you all, and I shall talk to you if I get the comment, which is a big ask. Peace out, people. What an absolute fucking palaver. Got here last night, kind of knew that I weren't going to get the rods out that night because it took me so long to set up. I was soaked, absolutely fucking soaked. Got up this morning, 5 o'clock, well, 4:45, got the first rod out perfect, had them all ready to go, and the swim's so tight that it's ridiculous. Went to put the other rod out, as I've womped it, hooked into my other rod, ripped the eye insert out the tip, out of one of the eyes on the tip. Don't know how I've done it. It's a £200 rod, so I've got to get that fucking sorted now. And then, yeah, so I was like, I can't leave that like that. So I had to reel both rods in, snap the line on the other one, got it all hooked around the tree, nearly ripped my alarms out in the water. Lucky I brought my other rod with me, went back to the car, got soaked again. I just want to quickly show you my rig that I'm using. This is the old multi-hinge rig. Yeah. And this is what hopefully catch me the comment. Yeah, this cam flex stuff is, or cam stiff stuff is absolute tits, mate. Can't really zoom in, like, oh, it keeps moving. It's like got black flecks in it. Oh, you can't even see. But yeah, anyway, it's tits. Thought I'd show you before I get the rods out. Didn't put the rods out last night, purely because I got in, I got absolutely soaked. Sorry, I look like shit. I got absolutely soaked. Yeah, and by the time I got the bivvy and everything set up, it was dark, and you don't get night bites here. Well, I haven't got night bites here, especially I don't even think the commons come out at night. So it may well have. People will probably tell me I'm wrong, but I've never heard of it come out at night. But yeah, all right, I'm gonna get these woods out, and fingers crossed we nick him today. Wouldn't that be nice? All right, here we go. Big 12. I found a spot just literally where that coach just dived. It's about 1 metre deep, and when I was fishing from 2 over there, yeah, absolutely tore off, and I had such a bad angle on it. Yeah, just dove straight into the weed and hook pull, but hopefully it shouldn't happen with the old hinges. Let's see what we can do. Look how bloody tight this swim is, man. Oh, it's been a proper struggle. I'll go back to sleep. I don't know if you can see this, but you see that coot there and that white patch behind it? That is all fizzing, and that is exactly what I see. Last time when I was over in Two, it's just behind the bush, over at this island, and I sent a rod over, and within an hour I had a bite. Now, I'm probably the closest anyone can get to that fizzing. I think a few people have gone home now. I'm probably the closest anyone can get. The reason why them fish are there is because behind all them trees and shit there is a peg 3, which is now unfishable. And the fish are so switched on, they know it. No one can fish there, that's why all the fish are there. But I'm probably the closest you can get to there. Yeah, I'm fishing in the corner of this little bay here, but yeah, I'm not a million miles away. You can see them fizzing up just behind there as well. Just behind there. Oh, camera's gone out of focus now. Yeah, I'm hoping when these rod rips off and the common gets landed in the net. I need it. I really need it. Surely that's gotta go. Right over my spot, man. Literally right over my spot. Well, my right hand rod anyway. Look at it. Completely sheeting up, man. That's gotta go, innit? Look, and then it's sheeting up next over my other rod. That one of them have got to go. Surely they've been moving closer all morning, all day. And now the fizzing is finally, and that's the same fizzing I was getting when I slung a rod over it from 2, peg 2. You just about to see it. Yeah, peg 2. That's what I saw from peg 2, and I pinged the rod over with the hour. Within the hour, I had a take. So, come on, man. Come on, big common. Quite look like death. Good morning, people. So yeah, I woke up this morning and I just feel like I see him fizzing up and stuff. I just feel like I weren't close enough to him. I mean, this is my first session in the swim, so I thought maybe I've rushed it. Maybe I've come in the swim and just thought that'll do. I didn't think that'll do. I just thought that's where I've had a take from before. But yeah, I feel like I just rushed into it. I did get the deeper out and like it looked alright. It wasn't like the hardest of spots, but yeah, I just feel like I'm not close to them this morning, and I feel like I'm gonna spend like a lot of time in this swim now. I've seen them. I'm as close as I can get to them. There is peg 4, but because there's a lot of new anglers on here, and peg 4's on the roadway, and it's just an easy swim, and that's why I think a lot of people, it's always busy. And yeah, I don't want that. Peg 2 that I had going, someone's now sort of switched on. I think they follow me on Instagram and see me having it off in there. So now I can't get back in there, but I feel like the swim had dried up. I'd done like a 48 hour in there after sort of I had about 5 takes. I'd done another sort of like a night and 48 hours, don't know what it was. And yeah, not a thing. And yeah, in the evenings I see him jumping in between the island and 3, and like I say, there's a tree falling down in there, so yeah, got up this morning 5 o'clock, and I was like, I'm not close enough to him, so I flung the deeper out. Sort of you can just about see that corner of the island. I didn't want to go too far past there, because if they kite and go left, I'm fucked. So I've pushed it to as far as I think is safe enough, which is sort of in line with it. It's about 14.5 wraps, 14.3 I think. I've seen on the deeper there's like a shelf, it's like 1 meter, and it shelves off to 1.5, and it's like rock hard at the bottom of it. That's got to be the money shot there. So yeah, made sure I could cast it, put 10 spoms out, I think, sort of boilies and chopped boilies and stuff, a bit of crumb and a bit of lake water in it, and yeah, like I'm using sort of like fake tigers, drilled out, corked out fake tigers, and a bit of fake pink corn. And I reeled in this morning off that other spot, and they've taken the fake tiger but left the corn. I don't know what, like, these crayfish, man, they're mad since like 3 years ago. It was crazy. Like, even like I put my head torch on during the day, there's like the baby ones, like loads of baby ones just in the margin down there. I'm like, what the fuck, man? Like, yeah, I think something needs to be done about it, to be fair. Something needs to be done about these lakes and sheeting up in between things. Yeah, I think there needs to be a lot of maintenance taken out on this, because the crayfish, I've never fished anywhere with like such bad crays. It's the worst crayfish infestation. What is sheeting up out over there that I've ever seen, yeah. Oh, she's going for it. I don't know, you won't be able to see that. Just past it. Can I zoom in? So I don't know how to flip the camera around on this, but yeah, you can't see it anyway. So yeah, like the crays are savage. Like I've fished everything. I fished drilled out tiger nuts. You're not allowed tiger nuts on here. I spoke to the head bailiff. He said you're allowed to use them sort of as your hook bait, nothing else. Yeah, I've put real tigers on. They've nicked them. It's just ridiculous. But yeah, I'm on spots now. I'm confident. I feel like I've got to get the common for me because I don't want to fish nowhere else. All the other swims are just absolutely rammed and packed all the time. Not now, it's Monday morning, but give it tomorrow, tonight, there'll be people down there. It's just a hell of a lot of angling pressure. And not to blow my own trumpet or anything, but I think I would have had the common by now if it weren't for the other anglers. That sounds awful, I know, but it does sound awful. It sounds like I'm slagging other anglers off. I'm not at all. Not at all. I mean, everyone's got to do. We're all here to do one job. That's to catch fish. Cool, look at the old Swedish barnet. Oh, Jesus. Oh, it's greasy as fuck. Jesus. Right, yeah, what? Alright, this ain't a fucking fashion show. Yeah, yeah, I get everyone here to do a job, and it's just busy. I think there's too many tickets on here. I think there's probably about 5, 6 different tickets or angling clubs you can fish here, which is a lot for a little complex, but is what it is. I ain't gonna moan about it. It's a good complex. The fishing here are just sort of unreal for the price to fish it. It is amazing. Yeah, so I'm on this new spot. Yeah, look how tight this is. Like, you can't even walk behind it, so I ain't getting out. Oh, fucking hell. Yeah, look, I've had to cut it all down with a distance stick. I've left my distance sticks in another swim just purely because, yeah, even though it's raining, the ground's rock hard. And I feel like I'm rambling on now. I found new spots. Hopefully I get the common. That is it. Goodbye. Peace. Surely that's gotta go. I've just had to redo that rod. Right, it had like a weird occurrence on its swing. It was bouncing up and down. It was like a bream tape, but I don't think there's any bream in it. But I keep getting big patches of fizzing over my rod. Please, come on. Give me that fucking common. I've never had to work for something so hard in my life. Fucking hell, mate. Surely that's on my spot. That has to go. In line with the art. Yeah, that's on my spot. Still going, man. It looks missions away, doesn't it? It looks like it's towards me, but it's not. It's actually on top of my spot. Look at it, mate. Have a word. How the fuck have I not had a take yet? Look at it. This is how tame this little guy is. Oh, he's just disappeared. I've been feeding him nuts, and literally I was like opening my crisps, like getting my camera out, videoing him, and yeah, he does not care. I had an inkling, I don't know, I've just what the fuck was that? I put out a lot of bait earlier on this spot that I found at the bottom of the shelf. I don't know if I said it in my last video, but yeah, I found a rock hard spot closer to the fish at the bottom of the shelf, and if I don't catch the common this time, it's a place that I'm going to concentrate on. I know it's come, one of my mates said he's had it from the same area, so yeah, I found it on the deeper rock hard spot at the bottom of the shelf, slightly deeper. It's about 1.5 meters deep. Yeah, it's sort of out there near where them coots are. And yeah, so I decided I'm going to put quite a bit of bait in. There's not many fish in here, but it's not something I'm usually used to doing. I know they said, oh, if it works, don't break it. But I know the common comes out, he's a hungry fucker, she's a hungry fucker. She can eat. And the crayfish in here, like I've said a million times before, are absolute savage. So yeah, I reckon, what, a kilo of bait, yeah, that'll be gone within a couple of hours, I reckon, with the crayfish in here. Sounds like stupid, but in reality, that's how it is. Let's try these little edgy. Oh yeah, yeah, anyway, sorry I got distracted. This looks like a pretty cool swim, doesn't it? Yeah, so if I don't catch him this time, this is where I'm going to concentrate on trying to catch the common. I think not many people know about this swim because it's overgrown. A lot of people steer clear of it, and yeah, like I said in my other videos, a few people I think follow my Instagram and they're kind of following me around, and no one knows I'm in this swim. In Peg 2, yeah, when you do the photos, a lot of them, because the swim over there is so tight, same as this, you got to do the photos on the road and then instantly pick it up. I'm not that guy that will like really try to hide stuff, but now I'm going for one fish. I've kind of got to be like that, I guess. There's my face, by the way, looking like absolute poo. Yeah, like I was saying, I'm not usually that guy that tries to hide stuff, but I really want this common. I'm spending a lot of time, a lot of effort, a lot of money and bait to go around telling people, and no one's gonna know I'm fishing this swim. And it's not really a lot of people that watch the videos, and a lot of people, like obviously the videos say Peg 9, which I had some good fish out of, man. When Jake was on here, I think I was fishing it at the same time at that point. And yeah, I didn't know it was him, but yeah, we got talking a few times, I think. And yeah, when I went round there, he was in there, and I went up to Peg 14. But yeah, I'm staying away from Peg 14. Commons come out there twice this year, but everyone knows that, and now it's absolutely getting hammered. And I feel like this swim here, look at me hugging these like my baby. This swim and this spot, not many people gonna, I don't think, it's somewhere, if anywhere, I can pre-bait on here, and I don't want to pre-bait on here because there's so many angles on here, but I feel like if I'm going to do it, it's going to be in this swim. So yeah, anyway, I was saying, I was fishing tiger nuts with a pink fleck. Something was telling me, that's what I've had all my fish on that. I've had all my fish on that, and I blanked last time on it, and I'm coming up to a blank this time on it. Don't know if the common's going to see the pink fleck, whether I've hooked him on it, because I lost 3 fish and he hooked her on it and lost her. So one of them, I just thought something's telling me to reel in, and I've corked out like 2 tiger nuts, and they're on a hinge now. So, and they're just popped up lovely on a hinge. So, and there's quite a bit of bait out there, so I didn't want to just go with one, because I've seen what the crayfish can do to one and they'll tear it apart. So I've gone 2, and hopefully that lasts through the night and till the morning. We'll see. Yeah, I'll show you what they do tomorrow. I ain't got any of the plastic hook baits. Oh mate, like the quarter little sweet corn, they've torn that to shreds within 6 hours. They are ruthless, mate. Like, you think you're safe casting out, I always thought casting out tigers and plastic hook baits, I'll be saying they can stay out there for 12 hours. Nah, not in here. No way. They just tear through them. It's ridiculous what they can do to, I don't know where, I had some somewhere. Anyway, yeah, I thought I'd keep you updated, and I'll probably never ever put this out. And yeah, I've done the same on the res. I think I've got a video of the res but I've not got videos of the fish, mainly because I don't want anyone really knowing what I'm doing. But I'll try, if I get this comment, I'll try to remember to get some proper footage on my camera. Yeah, but anyway, I'm out. I'm gonna munch these hot and spicy Pringles. Peace. Oh, I've just been sitting here. I've just changed up my rig to double tigers, popped up, and oh my god, within 10 minutes I've got it. I've finally completed the fucking lake. I've got the common. Oh my God, I've got it. I've got the long common. Oh my God, come on!